Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Monday, the 24th day of March, 2025. It is Monday of the third week of Lent. It is the 16th day of the Lenten season. And I am coming to you from my bedroom where I'm at a Holy Name College in Silver Spring, Maryland, the house of formation for our postulants, our first year friars. I am doing a Easter workshop with them. I was not able to do the Lenten workshop because global warming got in the way and climate change, and they canceled my flight for Lent. So now I'm here to do the Easter one. As you can see, the courtyard is right there. And I've got a few minutes before I have to go and begin the workshop. So I want to do this reflection in the meantime. So I'm going to, let me see, the turn on light. I don't know if I look rather dark. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, that's a little better. Let's see. So our readings for today on this Monday of the third week of Lent. Again, we are moving into the midpoint, the midweek of our Lenten journey, our Lenten experience together. And so the first reading from the second book of Kings about a healing of a leper. Naaman, a general of the king of Aram, which was one of the neighboring kingdoms to the kingdom of Israel. And he is a great general. And it is said, again, that God allows great victories to be won by this general. Again, a kind of a warlike God, what have you. This is the God of Israel that they're speaking of, but this warlike God, this imagined warlike God of Israel, who is allowing now even a non-Jewish person, non-Israelite, to win great victories and over enemies and things like that. The problem is, though, is that he has a case of leprosy, and they have conquered an Israelite town. So they're neighbors, but they're not necessarily nice neighbors, to Israel itself. And a little girl who's a part of the group that they conquered basically says that there is a prophet in Israel that can cure the general of his leprosy. And so he goes with all kinds of riches and jewels and whatever it is to find this prophet. He goes to the king of Israel, who is not named, but it could have been Uzziah, but I'm not sure. But who's not named, but who says, I'm not, what am I going to do? I can't help this guy. He's going to probably just, kill me and take over the kingdom because I was not able to heal his leprosy. But Elisha, who is the prophet, basically says, no, send him to me, and I will be able to do something about this. And so he does. And so Elisha does not come out of his house when Naaman goes there with his retinue, but says, go wash 7 times in the Jordan, and your leprosy will be cured. Well, Naaman doesn't believe this because he expected some kind of supernatural effect, and the fact that the fact that Elisha didn't even come out of the house to consult with him, basically, means that he's not really a prophet, and this has all been a waste of time, and he's about to leave. And a servant goes up and says, well, if the prophet had told you to do something extraordinary, you would have listened to it. Well, why won't you listen to it now when he just basically tells you something that is ordinary? And so Naaman washes 7 times, and his skin becomes like that of a little child. The leprosy is cured, and he goes and praises God, and thanks Elisha for having done this. What does this first reading mean? What does the first reading mean? Well, again, it's where the servant's words about a God who does extraordinary through the ordinary is that we come to recognize and come to realize again that this God of ours is capable of doing all kinds of things. And many times we look at the divine too much in a supernatural way. We look at the divine too much through the lens of special effects, and we want God to make our lives more meaningful by special effect. And that is not how God operates. That is not how God works. It is in the ordinary and making it extraordinary that God is found in the day-to-day things, the daily and domestic things, which is why, again, we use things like bread and wine and water and oil and candlelight and whatever it is in our sacramental experiences, the laying on of hands. It's nothing extraordinary that comes down from heaven, in a dramatic supernatural way. It is taking what it is that God has given us, and making it into what it can be for us, signs of life and hope in our lives. To come to that awareness during the season of Lent of just how it is that God operates and God works is again fulfilling that second purpose of what Lent is all about, telling us and asking us to reflect again on why it is that we continue to believe. In the gospel today from Luke, again, I forget what that one is again. I can't help it. I forget what that gospel is from Luke today. So we'll just end with a second reading from the first reading from the book of Kings as enough for us again to kind of think about today and our reflection, on this Monday of the third week of Lent. So may the Lord continue to grant you a very profitable and blessed Lenten season, and may the Lord give you his peace.